What's up? What's up? What's up? We got. We living in some wild times, boy. And make sure I hit that like button when you coming in. Share the live. Yeah, but I really need to gather some Charleston white supporters in here. Cause I need some type of understanding, man. What makes this guy who y'all think he is? Like, the man is a flaming hypocrite. And it's people that be like, yo, he be saying what other people scared to say. He tell the truth about the black community. Like, what truth? Yo, what truth, yo? Like, the man's a walking hypocrite. Like, when did we start taking truth from hypocrites? Everything about him is a fucking hypocrite. I just, yo, and it's crazy, right? Like, Charleston White is basically the man Candace owns. That's what he is. A large part of his audience aren't black people. That's a problem, man. If a large part of your audience isn't your own race, yo, that says something. And you speaking on the race, that says something, man. People don't take nothing from that. It was just a white guy in the comments. Or I don't know if he was white, but he wasn't black. Talk about Charleston White speaks the truth on your community. Like, yo, they really going to Charleston White to get the truth on the black community. And all he says is negative things. That's all he says. Nothing positive, all negative. And people think he's speaking the real. Like, yo, we gonna forever be taken advantage of, man. Whenever they can just put somebody in our face and make this person the face. Meanwhile, they done showed you countless times that they selling out. He done said it out of his own mouth. They selling out. That man say the most idiotic things about black people. Like, he sounds like a white man. Charleston White talks about the black community like a racist white man. But black people say he the realest thing on the net. Like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, we are gone. He's not an online character, yo. He's not. He's not an online character, bro. That's what he is. He was an antagonist in the community. Nightbreaker. You seen them videos? The same thing Charleston White was doing in the community, he doing on the internet. He's a fucking antagonist. He's a clout chaser. It's a clout chaser. That's what Charleston White is, a clout chaser. Any person that admits to being a clout chaser is somebody that you can't trust. You know why? Because when you're chasing clout, you can't have integrity and chase clout. You cannot have integrity and be a clout chaser. Because you're going to say some of the wildest things out your mouth. You don't know, like, and that's another thing I keep trying to tell y'all. People trying to sell you this character shit so they can run plays on you. The internet is real, man. Stop letting these people sell you this idea of the internet not being real. The internet is real. We just watched Sean Cotton instigate a whole beef in Texas that turned fatal. Shit is not no joke. Only people selling you that the internet is a joke and the internet is a playground is people that's trying to monetize off manipulation, exploit. Those are the only people telling you the internet is a game. And I'm playing a character. They ain't playing no motherfucking character. In real life, his community called the Macomb. Ain't people calling him a coon on the internet. So I don't know what kind of maybe he's playing a character in real life too. Because I don't see too much differences. Not from the videos I seen. Just because a person do community work, yo, that don't mean nothing all the time, yo. Why was you doing it? What's the real reason? What's the real reason? Are you doing it for the community or are you doing it just for your... Alright, son. Have a good day. Are you doing it for the community? Or are you doing it to bring attention to yourself? What's the real reason? Because intent matters. Why people do things matters. What's the real reason you doing this? Because how you so for the community but then say shit, I'm selling out. Man, fuck the community. I'm not no gang member. What's up, Paul? Ain't nobody no gang member. I don't think the community liked them as much as you say they did. That man has a large racist audience. And then it confused black people. That's Charleston white audience. A lot of racist people that think the worst of the black community and confuse black people. Like imagine having to get take yourself. Imagine being an outsider, right? Imagine being an outsider, and if your perspective of the black community was built off Charleston white perception or Charleston white opinion, how the fuck would you look at the black community? Seriously, because in 5 years, maybe 6 years, however long he been around, I haven't heard him say not one positive thing about black people. That man gets online and calls us lazy. Meanwhile, there is not a group of people in America that have endured what black people have been through and still thrive. Name a group. Name a group of people in America that been through more shit than black people been through in this country and still thrive. We come from some of the worst of the worst. We come from some of the worst of the worst. Murders every day. He ain't even from one of the worst of the worst. So I don't even understand how the fuck is he speaking so loudly. Maybe in his community. He ain't even from one of the worst cities in America. That man wouldn't be able to survive in some of these fucking cities that he in. But he supposed to be a spokesman for the black community. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Like I said, thanks. Like I said, if a large part of your audience is not your race, we have a problem, man. You saying something wrong. Especially when that's your focus. That's your core. Your core is speaking on the community. But for some reason, more outsiders or a large percentage of outsiders is the ones that co-sign your message. That's a fucking problem. Charleston white and have black people hating other black people. It's black people in the comments loud and wrong. What he said is the truth. Like, yo, you can't talk about the problems without explaining how we got here. You can't do that. Or else you're just misleading. You can't read a book from the end and then explain the book. Because that's what he does. Because I'm pissed off, Australia. Yo, I am worried about his words. I talked about that extensively. Explained why it happened. I ain't come on here and say, yo, you died, you paid for your father's sins. But this the same guy that say he don't believe in karma. How, like, yo, he's a fucking double talker. Like, how is a person that's a double talker is also saying what need to be said. How he don't believe in karma 1 minute. 1 minute he don't believe in karma. The next minute you die for your father's sins. How? Somebody? Can somebody please tell me this? 1 minute you die for your father's sins. The next minute, I don't believe in karma. Like, yo, what the fuck? And people like, yo, he real as shit. He say what he, yo, he just be saying anything. He's a fucking shock jock. The man just say anything. And we so fucking stupid. Maybe that's the truth. We are stupid. Because if people believe in him and think he's saying some real shit, then yeah, he right. He is right. We are stupid. Because he say some of the wildest shit out of his mouth. And people co-sign it and repeat the dumbass shit. Like I told you, Charleston White, I have one group of people in the community hating the other, and they don't even understand the other side. They don't even understand. They don't understand why these things are going on. You let Charleston White tell it. Shit, you know, shit's easy to... Charleston White has been catching cases for the last... He's a grown-ass man, y'all. Like, this is who people listening to. A grown-ass man that can't stay out of trouble. Charleston White been arrested more than me. And I've been committing crimes since a juvenile. But y'all get up here and repeat the shit that he say and say, yo, he be saying real shit. He be saying real shit. He say what people scared to say. No, the fuck. He say what nobody wants to say because it ain't true. And that's all it's about, hot boy. It's about money. It's all about money with him. That man been sold out. He came in to sell out. That man came in the game to sell out. That's what he did. I really want some of them people that was in that video I did earlier to come in, cause I need somebody to explain this shit. Like, yo, they be sounding idiotic. Now, I don't even think that, yo. I think a lot of them ain't even black. I guarantee, yo, make Charleston White show his analytics. I bet people be surprised. Charleston White probably got 60% white population that follow him. Now, I ain't saying everybody racist. No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, he has a large racist percentage of people that follow him, man. You know why? Because they love hearing the disrespect of the black people. They love hearing black people racist. Not racist, lazy. They love it. They talk about, yo, we don't control the rap industry. Yo, but he's not entertaining, he's damaging. Nightbreaker, he damaging. What he's doing ain't entertaining. When you got racist people connecting, when you got racist people repeating his message, that's not entertaining, yo. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, yo. Stop letting them sell you. That's bogus. That's bogus. You say, what's stopping others from changing? I don't know, y'all. Everybody's situation is different. You know, education for one. Why he never talks about the education? Why he never talks about the breakdown of the public school system? That's a real issue. It's a lot of ignorance in the community. It's ignorance. Like, he talks about what's going on. like he's speaking on fully functioning and thinking adults. You deal with low education, poverty. And when it comes down to that, yo, like I said, yo, we don't, the messed up thing about the black community is we don't control our own image. And now where we got situations where we can control our own image, we got people that gets put into these spots so they can still get control. That's what we got going on, man. That's what we got going on. It's not our culture. It's something that need to be talked about, man. I'm tired of it. Like, it's amazing the amount of people that sit there and co-sign that dumbass shit. Like, how are you co-signing a known hypocrite? He's a known hypocrite, and people co-signing him. That man double talk, triple talk, say one thing on one interview, next interview he backtrack. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And people talking about he real. I don't know, you do what you think is best, man. But what I'm saying is, for the people that follow Charleston White is leading the people that follow him right into a fucking brick wall. That's where he's leading people. You know, I drive a BMW, Danny. What the fuck you talking about? But that's where he lead. That's where he's leading people, man. Right into a motherfucking brick wall. Right into a motherfucking dead end street where he the only one gonna survive. Shit, hot boy, yeah, the fuck it do. Yes, the fuck it do. It's a whole bunch of people follow that boy, man. So a bunch of people follow that boy, man. For real, they repeat. I don't mean like they repeat his talking points. They think he says real shit. They think he tells the truth about the black community. Nah, y'all. They think he tells the truth. Y'all go to the comments of the video I just dropped on Sean Cotton. Read the comments. People going off. Yo, what the fuck? He says the truth. He talk about what need to be said in the black community. Like, no, the fuck he don't. Yo, you can't. Yo, if you're not going to talk about the issue as a whole, don't talk about it at all. Don't talk about it at all. And that's what he does. He only says negative things about black people. Nothing positive. I've never heard. Like, how in 6 years you say nothing positive? Nothing. The man lives like a rapper. Lives like a rapper. He looks like a rapper. But yet he disrespects rappers. But walk around with golds in his mouth, chains on, in the strip club. He lived the life of a rapper. What's up, everybody? Like, yo, the man is the biggest bozo we ever seen. I think he was playing it, for real. I don't trust nothing about his come up. His whole come up that screams suspect to me. The man got 1 million cases and ain't served 1 day in prison. Ain't served 1 day in prison. He got 1 million cases. Charleston White. You caught up. Nah, yo, he sold you that dumbass shit, Nightbreaker. Nightbreaker. Only way, look, right? They're selling you this character shit, right? So now, man, as though he's a character, right? Now we can't hold him accountable. You can't hold him accountable. Everybody needs to be held accountable for what come out their mouth. But since Charleston White is selling you this character thing, he always can go back to that. Well, I told you I'm playing a character. I told you I'm playing a character. Charleston White speaks just like a federal informant. Go back. What's that guy name, y'all? That infiltrated the Black Panthers. Go back and watch his interviews where he talked about I'm just a reflection of the people. Charles White repeated that. I ain't never heard no shit like that before. A black man saying he just a reflection of the community. They asked the informant, how did you infiltrate these groups? He said, I just was a reflection of what they was. Charles White years later repeats the same thing. Yeah, yo, the boy ain't right. His whole history is questionable. The man ain't on our team. I'm trying to tell you, that man is not for the betterment of the black community. He's not. He's not. I don't know if he ever been. But I know right now he ain't. He's a fucking problem. He's an antagonist. All he does is make shit worse. He pushing us back. We trying to move forward. He bringing us back. Yeah, but see, unknown. See, but that's the, you know, that's the play. That's to leave you on the edge. You know what I mean? I need your support. So I ain't gonna go too far left. So I gotta say some real shit sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, anybody that only say shit real sometimes is an op. They an op. So you gonna give us 50% bullshit, 50% real shit? What if 50% of the people only see the bullshit and they don't hear none of the real shit? And they build their perception of these people off his bullshit. It's detrimental, man. It's detrimental. Right, high boy. He say some of the wildest shit out of his mouth. Charleston White trying to move up the mass incarceration rate. That man said he'll support mass incarceration. Mass incarceration was devastated the black community. He's still working with him, Paul. The man is an agent, yo. It's crazy people can't see it. That man was sent to the internet to do exactly what he's doing. Be an antagonist. He was an antagonist in the community. Beefing on a grown-ass man, beefing on Facebook with the community. Making empty threats. Like, that's what he was doing. It's documented. A grown-ass man beefing on the internet. Making threats. Man, you bitch ass, you come over here. Showing his guns. I don't even understand how he even got his gun rights. The man got locked up 75 times in the last 5 years. How do he still have his gun rights in Texas? Somebody need to explain that. I'm telling y'all, the man ain't right. He don't say shit real. Solution to what, yo? It's a lot of different problems, man. I told you what we need to do with these kids is, yo, you got schools that shut down all across the United States. We need to open them up, turn them into rec centers. A lot of these kids are committing crimes out of boredom. These parents need to be held liable. Your kid 12 years old, 13 years old, and your kid staying in and out of trouble, they need to put these parents back in fucking parenting class. That's the issue. The issue we've been failing. The issue is we've been passing failing kids for 20 years. No, yeah, but I'm not selling bad seeds. So it's not like me. He's selling bad seeds. He's a detriment. He's a danger. He's a danger. He feeds into stereotypes. He got people that never hung with black people. Never had a bad experience with black people. He got those type of people thinking they understand what's going on in the black community based off Charleston White words. And Charleston White spews nonsense. That's a problem. How are we ever gonna get closer as people when you got black people that talk like Charleston White about other black people? Like he never mentions the real issues and how we got here. Like I said, you can't talk about the problems. Like I said, you can't start the book from the beginning. I mean, from the middle. You can't understand the book from the middle and not read the first 100 pages. And that's what he does. That's what he does. Yo, for the most part, yo, first and foremost, right? You're not going to stop crime. Crime is too profitable. But we have an issue right now with senseless crime. Why Charleston White never talks about drill music? Like a real issue. Big as his platform is, why he never talk about drill music? You know why? Because if Charleston White talks about banning drill music, he won't have anything. Charleston White is drill music. No, he don't. No, he don't. He do not, Mark. He do not. He do not talk about banning drill music. Always. I done watched numerous interviews. He never mentions it. He never mentions it. I'm doing a lot. Go back to my community and go back and watch what I just told this young kid this young kid yesterday when I was talking to him and I had his attention. Say Cheese is an antagonist. Hot boy, no he don't. He love rap. He lived just like a rapper. He lived just like a rapper. You don't think he looked like a rapper? With the chains and the watches, and he looked just like a rapper. The man loves rap. You ain't read the title, baby? I'm just saying, man, like, the man's an issue. He's doing way more damage. Yeah, he did. Academics did push that drill shit. He's doing way more damage than good. Because you got racist white people or racist people in general that listens to his message and it validates what they think about black people. It validates it. Look, he's saying the same thing we think. With no context. With no context as to how these things happen. If he was to start explaining how these things happen, I bet they back away from him. If he was to be real and explain how we got here, because this didn't happen overnight. This was 50 years in motion. If he was to explain how we got in this position, how these communities got so ran down, how crime got so out of control, them same people that support him are back away from him. Because they can't support that. They only can support, it's their fault. They don't want better. Fathers ain't taking care of their kids. They only can support that. Meanwhile, in reality, fathers are doing much better than they was back then. And the only reason we wasn't taking care of our kids back then is because we was being mass incarcerated and had drugs poured into our community. That's the only reason that's the only reason back then black men wasn't taking care of their kids. Ain't because we just don't take care of our fucking kids. CDC did a report that say black men are the most involved in their children's life. Did y'all know about that report? Did y'all know about the report that say the CDC put out that said black men are most involved in their children's life? Or did everybody miss that? Man, Charles White can't talk with me. That man been running from me. That man been running from me on the internet for years. I make that boy look bad. Let him sit down and have a conversation with me. Man, y'all be questioning everything y'all ever thought about him. Make that boy look real bad on the internet. He know it. If he want to talk about anything, he need to talk about how the fuck he got all those arrests and ain't been to jail yet, ain't been in prison yet. That man got all these arrests as an adult and ain't did a day in prison. How? And I ain't trying to hear no money. Why though, Nightbreaker? It's a reason why. Nightbreaker, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. He don't ever talk about that. He don't talk about how black man was forced out the household. I ain't paying that man shit. The fuck? I wouldn't pay his ass a guy. At one time, I would have paid him when I thought he was for the people. I wouldn't pay his ass a goddamn thing. He need to be paying me. I'm the one giving real information. He just talking. Fuck, I'm gonna pay him for. Right, Tay. Cause I'm not paying that man nothing, Volvo. No, we don't. No, we don't. Yo, you can't be destructive, and then that's Xavier. That's the bullshit. Like I said, that's how he keep you on his side. Yo, my mind frame, right, and the way I carry things. Yo, once you show me that you are opposition, you're opposition forever. There is no coming back. That's why we get all these plant sellout motherfuckers in the community, because we allow people, we allow Charleston White to diss Gilly's son. We allow that. A grown-ass black man dissed another black man child who died innocently. Innocently. And we made excuses for it. We allowed him to sit back and lie and say Gilly started with him first. Yeah, he did. Yo, the man is a fucking plant. I keep trying to tell y'all, man. For a long ass time, he was allowed to say everything. He was allowed to say things that nobody could say on the internet. I was on the internet, I remember. I remember watching like, yo, how the fuck is he? How is he getting away with that? I ain't say he wasn't no saint, but he wasn't the intended target. He wasn't the intended target. Like, yo, I'm like, how the fuck how is he getting away with saying these things? If anybody else on the internet say what he say, you're gonna get booted off. Even still today. But he was allowed to get away with it. Real, but that ain't got nothing to do about that don't have nothing to do with that kid getting killed and him making jokes about it. Yeah, but that's a lie, hot boy. I don't know, y'all. Internet thug. I think I can't. I don't. No matter how long I'm doing this, right? I ain't gonna switch over. Like if it's really in you, the betterment of the community and the betterment of the people, you ain't just gonna switch over. No, hell no, that's bullshit. Hey, Real, I'm not responding to you, Real. You like the bullshit. Because I did a video and people in the comments, it's like, yo, you don't know what you talking about? Charleston White is the real. And then a white guy said it. A white guy said Charleston White tells the truth about your people. And this is what I always be telling y'all. Whenever you got an outsider thinking that you can watch Charleston White and get the truth about black people, it's a problem. It's a problem. Because he ain't telling the truth. He's only telling a part of the story to make black people look bad. He's only telling that part of the story. Yo, it's ignorance in every community. It's ignorance in the white community. It's ignorance in the Asian community. It's ignorance in the Jewish community. But nobody else ignorance gets exploited like black people's. Our ignorance is exploited. It's shown to the world. It's highlighted. But this is the thing, y'all. It's not black people doing it. Now it's black people participating. That's selling out. But it's not black people doing it. But Charles White don't say that. He don't tell people that. We don't run none of these fucking record labels. We don't pick the songs that come out. We don't even know who's running these blog pages that be posting all the bullshit. Because a lot of them is faceless. Because they don't highlight the negatives. What you mean, Real? You basically answered your own question, Real. What the hell was that? Maybe you need to rephrase that or something. I don't. I talk about when I talk about these situations, it's totally different than when a lot of people. I don't highlight the streets. I don't make the streets look fun. I don't. I ain't never made the streets look fun. I tell it like it is. This shit ugly, shit dirty. It's heartless. But at the same time, I know how these things happen, and I can explain how they happen. I can explain how a child end up in this street shit. Because Charleston White is a problem, bro. He not on our team. All skin folk and kinfolk. Charleston White is not on. He's not for the betterment of black people. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. He's just here to monetize. He's here to use black people for what they can help him attain in life. Urban politicians called him out about the bullshit he putting out there. You know what he told them? I'm making a lot of money doing it. That's what he told them. His reply to urban politicians was, I'm making a lot of money doing it. Yo said, yo, you selling the community. Yo said, I'm making a lot of money doing it. And you got black people that's like, go Charleston. like yo, people don't see how idiotic that is. No, it's not all about the money. It's not all about the money. Yeah, making money is nice, but it ain't all about the money. I didn't come to the internet for the money. I didn't want to start speaking out for the money. I didn't even think about money originally. I came because I didn't like how black people was being depicted to the world. They was only telling half of the story. Like I said, you can't talk about the fatherless children without explaining how these children became fatherless. You can't do that. It's reasons why. Look at what's going on. Look what's going on with black women right now. Right now. A major play is being ran on black women right fucking now. Charles White got this big ass platform. Talk about it. Talk about it. Xavier, you can't do both. See, that's where we separate. You can't, in my opinion, you can't do both. Like I said, that's how we end up with plants. That's how we end up with these guys that ain't really for us and don't give a fuck about us, but their voices are the loudest because we allow them to flip flop when it's beneficial. We allow them to say some of the wildest things about the community, but then when they need the community, be able to come right back. That's what we allow them to do. Would you agree with G New Money? I think you should be judged on everything, actions and words. You know, because people, you need to be judged on all, because it's the problem. It's like if I'm selling dope, right? If Monday through Friday, right, I'm selling dope to my community. But then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm throwing cookouts. I'm giving away book bags. What the fuck does that make me? You understand what I'm saying? What does that? Am I a pillar in the community? All week I done sold dope, burnt the community down. That's what Charleston White does, man. He burns the community down with his words on the internet. But then you want us to believe, well, she go to the schools too. Like what? Like how you can't do both? You can't say, what's some of the things that he said? Y'all know some of the shit that he said. I can't think of nothing offhand. But you can't say some of the things that he said and then say, well, shit, I was at the prisons talking to the juvenile offenders about staying out of trouble. It's like, man, fuck out of here, man. No, I don't. Because I think Charles White is very smart. And some of the things that Charles White says is stupid. I don't think he gives his honest opinion. I think he gives the opinion that he thinks that people are going to latch on to. That's it. I think Charleston White tries to go outside of the lines intentionally because it brings attention to itself. The man runs plays. Anybody that run plays on the internet, you can't trust him. The man stages fights. He stages fights. He runs plays. He says one thing on one interview, the next interview he says something different. You can't trust that shit, man. He ain't outsmart me. Yeah, the only ones he outsmarted, you right, he did outsmart a lot of people. The people that he outsmarted are the ones that think, yo, he real as shit. Exactly, Peter. They the ones he outsmarted. People that say, yo, shit, yo, he real, yo. Like, you just gotta listen to him. He talked the truth about the black community. You know, he talks bad about Julio Fulio mother. He talks bad about King Von mother. Meanwhile, he admits that him and his brother went to prison for murder. So why isn't your mother put in that same category? Why is it just their mother? How is their mother's fault that their kids did this shit? But it ain't your mother's fault. How? He said his brother and both of him and his brother went to prison for murder at a young age. But he got the best mother in the world. My mother made me apologize. His mother made him rat too. But yet, all these guys all these mothers who lost their children, they was a piece of shit ass parent. Come on, he's a high boy. He ain't gonna go to nobody that's gonna ask him that. He know who to go to. He's not gonna go to nobody that's gonna challenge that shit. Ain't nobody, it haven't been a person challenged the shit he said yet. He ain't gonna do that. Time is it? I'm always sitting in front of this school. Sean Cotton ain't gonna do that because Sean Cotton part of the play. Sean Cotton helps him push the bullshit. Sean Cotton instigate beefs. Like I was saying in that video. How are you gonna speak on anything involving that Lil Ronnie situation and not call out Sean Cotton? How do you do that? Like he was the biggest instigator. He was the biggest instigator in Mo 3 death. He was the biggest instigator in Lil Ronnie death. But Charleston White, you the closest thing to him that we know. How you speak on that and not mention Sean Cotton in the role he played? How do you do that? You can't be real. You can't be real because you know what that man did. And you don't mention yo? That ain't my opinion, yo. Real, that's facts. Go look at the videos. Go look at the video. I don't give a fuck what they feel. Maybe they don't know what instigating is. Go look at the videos. Go look at the videos. Look how he manipulated and exploited that whole situation. I don't give a fuck what they feel. I know what exploitation look like. They can feel how they want to feel. I know what manipulation and exploitation look like. I know what instigating look like. No, I don't. No, I don't. Why? I don't give a fuck how they feel. Chicago don't feel DJ Academics fucking started the war and fuck the drill music shit. That don't make them right. Yo, a lot of people, when it come down to that type of shit, they don't want to admit that they got played. They don't want to admit they got played. But when you look at the murder rate in Chicago, and you look at when DJ Academics started reporting on the war on Chirac, and you see the murder rate increased by 300, then what the fuck can you say? It don't matter if you know, it's obvious what happened. But people don't like to admit that, because who wants to admit it? Makes your city look weak. It make your city look weak if you admit to some people. You know, I ain't gonna say everybody, because if you're 100, you're 100, you can admit it. But a lot of these people won't admit it because how I make them look, in their opinion. That you let an outsider or a civilian drive y'all up the beef and kill each other. People don't want to admit that. People don't want to admit that DJ Academics in this war on Chirac in Chicago. Some people. It has been people that admitted it. But a lot of people is not going to admit that. That you let a guy from the internet that you don't know cause all this problem because y'all was chasing clout. Nobody wants to admit that, bro. But the facts is the facts. You can't interview me, then interview my opposition. You can't interview me about my opposition, then interview my opposition about me, then interview me about my opposition again, and then interview my opposition about me, and then one of us kill each other and then not be instigating. Come on, y'all, let's use common sense. Yeah, that's what he does. Evolvo. It wasn't. Right, Tay. Select accountability in the world. Select accountability in the world. Not the black community. The world. Right now. Nobody wants to be accountable for. Everybody want to blame somebody else. Shit, when it comes to accountability, I think black people take more accountability than fuck around anybody. We get blamed for shit that ain't even our problem. And we forced to wear it. We forced to wear it. Or you want to call my live later on the night and we can talk about it. So I can prove it to you. Yo, in 2014, Bobo, I ain't talking about their whole history of murders. I'm sure it was a lot of murders in the 90s. In 2014, Chicago had 400 murders. 400 murders. From 2014 to 2016, Chicago murder rate went from 400 to 700 murders. Know what happened in that time frame? The war on drill. I mean, the war in Chirac. The war in Chirac was 2015. These academics glamorized, promoted. You gotta realize, yo, when you're dealing with ignorance, there was people that was dying to get on these academics' page. Literally. Dying and killing so these academics can talk about it. That's a fact. You mean to tell me that I can get some type of at 15, cause remember they was kids. You mean to tell me at 14, 15 years old that I can kill somebody and a big YouTuber talk about me? No, you don't gotta look at the history. All you gotta do is look at the years that it happened, bro. We can go back to Baltimore and say in the 90s, Baltimore had 400 murders, but that ain't got shit to do with what happened from 2016 to 2018. Yeah, but Xavier, we can't when you got people like Charleston White. Charleston White make other black people hate each other without even understanding the situation. He got one part of the black community not liking the other part of the black community, and they don't even understand why this part of the black community can't seem to get it right. I see it. Look at how people responded. Look what y'all saying. Some of y'all are black. Some of y'all might not be. You don't like these guys. You can't stand them. You think they're bringing the community down. But why? Because they lazy? That's dismissive as a motherfucker, man. That's dismissive. That provides no detail. Oh, they lazy. That's it. That's why. Yo, I had a conversation with a white guy, and it's on my channel. I should clip it and make it his own video because it was a great conversation. And he act like he know more about what's going on in the black community than me. He told me that all you gotta do is move. All you gotta do is move. You know how many people want to move? It'd be their dream to move. But they just can't seem to, shit just ain't going right. They go to work every day. Every day. Because this what Charleston White don't tell you. In certain communities, yo, trouble finds you. Trouble finds you in certain communities. You can avoid that shit. You cannot put yourself in them type of situations. But just because you living in a high crime environment, that should have find your motherfucking ass. Nobody talks about the trauma. You got the whole neighborhood living with PTSD. The whole neighborhood. Even the civilians. They live with PTSD because so much death and destruction been around them for years. He never talks about that. Maybe that's what goes into decision making. Maybe. We got a lead problem in Baltimore. Had one since the 90s. Lead directly affects the decision making. Directly affects the brain and the way the brain functions normally. Maybe that's why some of these kids or these people is doing some of the shit they doing. What's up, Reza? Yeah, you right. Academics was the worst. He ain't even talking good though. I think he's making it worse. He's driving a wedge between the community. He's driving a wedge between the community. And he's validating with certain people that don't particularly like black people. He's validating what they already believe. That's what he's doing. That's why his following's so big. He playing the middle. Like everybody else is doing. He's playing the middle. I wish I knew the name of that video. Because, man, that dude had a great conversation. But he lives in a bubble. And he don't understand what's going on. Like, what's really going on. He think he do, but he don't. It's like a lot of these people that's outsiders are trying to tell you more about the community than you. And you lived in the community your whole life. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what's going on in the black community? Because you got people like Charleston White and others that voice is loud as a motherfucker, and what they say resonates. It resonates with what they believe, so they take it as fact. Yeah, but why is that, Xavier? Why is that? It's a reason. Like I said earlier, it's a play being ran on black women right now. The same play that's being ran on black women is the same play they ran on black men in the fucking 80s and 90s. It's the same play. It's the destroying of the image. If we can show the world, if we can convince the world that these women aren't worthy, they hoes, they bitches, they freaks, they sluts, they ain't good mothers. Now it justifies anything else that we want to do with them. If we can convince the world that the black man is a man to be feared, is a man it's a man that's dangerous, is a threat to the community, then we can give him life at 14 years old and nobody says nothing. Matter of fact, they might applaud us. They might applaud us. One less Negro off the streets. I'm trying to tell you, man. But I ain't gonna make this video long. Cause I gotta make some moves. Just dropped my son off, my kids off to school. But I had to get that off, yo, because I was reading the comments and it's like, yo, these people is gone. No, it's time to work. Yo, if I go to the trailer park, right? If I go to the trailer park and I make what we see in the trailer park define the whole community. If I go to the Asian community and focus on their gang life, right? Asians does have gangs. I can make, if I make the gang life in the Asian community the focal point of the Asian community to the world, then I can make y'all believe the Asian community ain't shit. And everything that's going on with them, they deserve. We can go on in any community. If I go to South Baltimore, where it's a lot of white people there on drugs, and I show y'all what's going on down there, and I do it so much, so often, put it on every channel, every platform, make the news talk about it, and show y'all that, yo, look at these people. Look how they live. They dirty as shit. And I make that the status quo, then you're going to view them a certain type of way. And that's what's good. We don't control the narrative. But the sad part is we can, because we got our own platforms now, but we choose to manipulate. We choose to exploit. We don't tell the truth. Well, not me, but I tell the truth. But a lot of these other people, I had a YouTuber interview a 15-year-old drill rapper, 14 at the time. He was dissing and carrying guns and doing everything that drill rappers do. I told Joe, it's on my channel. I said, yo, why you interview him, man? What you mean? I say, why you interview this 14-year-old with guns? He like, I'm saying though, like, you know, he got money too. I say, yo, but you know, it ain't no future, right? You know Shorty gonna end up dead, right? This is what I told him. It's documented on my page. Q50 with Lil 50. I say, you know Shorty gonna end up dead, right? Guess what happened? 2 weeks later. Q50 with Lil 50 killed. All because you got black people that don't give a fuck about other black people. Choose to exploit. Choose to manipulate instead of teach. So now you got this kid who didn't deserve to have a camera in his face. He didn't deserve no clout. He didn't deserve no attention. He hasn't done enough. He only got 2 drill songs. But since it was captivating to see a 14-year-old act this way, they chose to put a camera in his face. And you got a black man, younger than me, trying to explain it to me in a way that I'm saying, yo, his money green. That's what he told me. Look at this. Look at the video. I showed the whole thread. And I told him, yo, he gonna get killed, bro, and you know that. And you shouldn't. If you don't know that, you should. If you don't know that, you shouldn't be putting a camera in his face. Maybe you should change your profession. I ain't talking about Charleston White. I'm talking about the sellouts that we got that with platforms. But let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. Another day, keep it G News, and I'm out.